Your team is already using AI, and it's a liability. It means no audit trail, no IP protection, and no way to prove what's being built or where your data's going. Revecast Orchestrate is the sanctioned alternative, governed and auditable, working natively inside Salesforce. In this video, you can see we're starting a meeting session, which is designed to take a meeting recording and process out functional backlogs. All it requires is the link for the recording or a connection into the MCP where the recording is stored. And you can see it pulls full functional requirements that are groomed with acceptance criteria, context, and full definitions of done based on an active discussion. Orchestrate can generate full user stories that also include acceptance criteria, definitions of done, and pre-prioritization of the work. The system also has a human-in-the-loop gate that prevents it from creating those items until it's given permission to. The second session here is building a design based on the Jira tickets that were just created and pulled out of that meeting recording. Here, I selected all of the Jira tickets that were just created to have the system build a design plan for how to execute. Not only does it review the tickets, but it actually identifies dependencies between the tasks and coordinates across them. Orchestrate will ask any clarifying questions necessary to be able to unblock the work. The system also supports real-time interaction. I'm providing details and the responses to the questions, and Orchestrate will adjust that in real time in the next output. The system can also produce full deliverables, as you can see with this intake form design markdown file. The file will then be processed back into the system for full documentation, Jira backlog, and association between both. This next session is taking those items and starting to build the dependencies between them. Orchestrate allows multiple sessions to run simultaneously with dependency tracking and coordination across subthreads. It also has a full Git connection so that the code can be stored in your source control management of choice. The Jira items allow us to be able to do quick access to pick which tickets need to be worked on. The same way that the other sessions produce deliverables, technical documentation is being reviewed at every stage. This final session is now doing a full review of the work that's been built out to verify the items that are coming through. As you can see, I have 3 sessions running simultaneously, doing the various build aspects across individual tickets. And like I said earlier, it's doing full deployment and validation steps across the board, and dependency tracking. So it will build and hold an item until the other threads have completed to do it. This system also provides full ease of access for producing and inputting answers back to the agent for necessary items. On the deployment status screen, you can see that the system is not only doing a real deploy, but it is also doing the QA step as a precursor. It's doing quality control validation deployments to make sure the build is viable before it attempts to mark it as complete and release it. Certain components within the Salesforce platform have to be configured manually, such as the creation of a portal. Orchestrate will provide clear steps for the items it cannot automatically manage. The system's step-by-step guides show users how to go through the necessary manual steps. Here, you see how simple it is to follow the manual steps that were clearly outlined to put this form onto a portal page. And now you can see the viable submission of the data via the portal that was just created and published manually. The error shows that a validation step was missed. So now we can go back in and input the errors into the system and it will actively QA its own work and continue to revise and review that work as it goes forward. Final step. Once the portal has been put in place, you can run a full audit of it to verify what has been produced, what may be still outstanding, and produce formal technical documentation. The documentation you see on the screen includes a listing of all of the work that has been done and clear steps necessary to execute testing to verify the outcomes in a viable work state. Now, let's test our form. As you can see here, we've now verified that the form is working, and now we can see that the data has actually been submitted and processed into the system as expected. That's just one use case for Revecast Orchestrate, the sanctioned AI platform for Salesforce.